Om. 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 Om Gam Ganapati Namaha. Om Gam Ganapati Namaha. Om Gam Ganapati Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahma Mirastriparan Takare. Vanushashi Bhamisita. Buddhisha Gurusha Shukra. Shani Rahu Keteva. Sarvigraha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om. Om Hrim Gurave Namaha. Well, greetings, and my prayer is, great God, let me bless the people as they hear my message from the stars to them. And you are the creator of the stars, and they are the recipients of what these indications are. So may it be a blessing, and may many remedies come if people are challenged. So this is for September 10th through the 16th, 2025. Now, what's going to happen is once we get to the end of the day on the 16th, the sun's going to be out of sidereal Leo into sidereal Virgo. And become more Virgo than thou by then. But in tropical astrology, which most of this is, it will be in Virgo. But let's talk about the moon. The moon for Wednesday, September 10th, is in a lunar mansion known as Ashvini. It's in the constellation of Aries, and it's in Aries in both systems until about a little bit after 1 Pacific Daylight Time. Then it will move into Taurus, which makes it a more exalted mood. But Ashvini Nakshatra is the celestial healers. It's ruled by Ketu, the south node of the moon. And it brings about swift healing. And if you need a healing, this is a great day to pursue that healing. According to Vedic tradition, the ruling deity is said to be the Ashvin twins, and they were known as being celestial healers. It's also a good day for horseback riding. A twin horse is one of the symbols. And, I always think of them as sort of like the ambulance drivers of the zodiac. K2 rules our intuition and has something to do with healing usually. So that's a good day. Of course, we'll have a moon in Bharani on Thursday, and then it'll be in Rohini. It'll be in Kritika on Friday, and then Rohini on Saturday, and Mrigashira on Sunday, Ardra on Monday, and Punavasu next Tuesday. So, just keeping in mind, those are the Indian pre-12 signs of the zodiac knowledge, and they all have specific meanings. So, as we go through this week, one of the more significant things happening is for people that follow the asteroids. Saturday, we're also going to have, I believe, Vesta going into Sagittarius. And so we also have most of the other changes, like Mercury will be out of Virgo next week, but between now and the 16th, it is as I have said. So let's go with sign by sign, your horoscope. In accordance to tropical astrology tradition, that means the regular March 21st through April 19th for Aries. So greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. So Neptune's in your first house. Saturn's retrograde in the 12th. 12th is a Karaka for Saturn. And north node of the moon is there too. So there's a lot of motivation for you to get your spiritual act together. Now, perfecting things, serving others, helping others, Sun and Mercury in Virgo. Mercury in Virgo is an exalted Mercury, and I think by the end of the week, this Mercury will be exalted in both systems. So be ready to feel more intelligent in general. And a lot of things to do with money over Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, just watch your finances as we're rolling through the week. Greetings, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope. So since Virgo is another earth sign, And Virgo rules your 5th house. That could be children, that could be love affairs, that could be teaching. This is a happy time, especially with tomorrow, with Wednesday rather, the moon will be in Taurus and will be so in on Friday, Thursday, and Friday as well. So you're kind of like on top of your game over these couple of days here. Everything practical. I mean, I wouldn't be doing a lot of speculating with Uranus kind of stationing retrograde in your 2nd house. And Jupiter in Cancer, resolve things with siblings and neighbors. Mars in the 4th house. Sometimes when Mars is in the 4th house, people move. Now, I think most of you Tauruses won't be moving this week, but there'll be some. There'll be some who think they have to, and they will. I don't know. It's like Mars is actually in the 6th house, so it's more like getting yourself physically in shape, doing physical therapy. Venus is in the 4th, and that means more like beautifying your house. Okay, greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So if you're like one of those March Geminis, May 22nd, May 21st, you've had Uranus in your 1st house, May 23rd. There's been a lot of change, a lot of unpredictable stuff happen, and it's a big deal. And then Jupiter, though, in the 2nd house is going to help you economically. Venus is in the 3rd house, and using your creative abilities right now is important. Of course, Sun and Mercury in the 4th. So your family history, they say this is a week to honor your ancestors. And so writing memories is a good thing at this time. Mars is in the 5th house. So keeping your kids motivated and out of trouble, out of too many risk-taking situations. I'd say you might have some wild dreams the next few nights. But the weekend, it's made for Gemini. Seems like you're going to have a good time this weekend. Let's go look at Cancer here. Greetings, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, anyhow. A lot of activity in the cosmic cottage today, folks. For Cancer, Jupiter's in your 1st house. It's an expansive time. It's a lucky time. Virgo rules your 3rd house, which is neighborhood, family. Mercury's there. You could do some of your best writing, your best journaling at this time. So I would suggest engaging in that. Moon in Taurus is exalted. It's very nice for these next couple of days. Over the weekend, I would say make sure you get enough sleep and kind of lay low. Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. Venus in the 1st house always looks nice on anyone, especially you. And on the opposite, we've got Pluto in Aquarius in the 7th house. So it's sort of like relationships, getting insight as to why we get in the kind of relationships we get into and who we are, or who we think we are. And Saturn and the North Node in the 8th house, kind of a difficult transit to some extent. It causes a pause to think about things. But this is a good time to make money with Mercury and Sun in the 2nd house. So speak what you want to have in existence. And Mars in the 3rd is actually a Karaka or an activator. So that's a good thing. Greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. So I have to wish happy birthdays now to my Virgo friends who are born during this time. And my son-in-law Ryan's turning 30 on the 14th. My brother Mikey is turning 61 on the 14th. My friend Brenda Hannah's turning 73 on Monday the 15th. And my friend Lauren Kennedy, I believe, is turning 43 on the 16th. So that's a lot of birthdays. And my friend Jim Miller on Thursday, he's turning 66. So, and my friend Jude, I think, is turning 72 that day. So that's wow. And Jeff Pershing tomorrow. Jeff is going to be 65 years old.
Wow.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of old people.
Retirees.
You know? Except for Ryan. You know, Ryan's not that old, or Jess, who I work with on the 14th, is also, I think, turning 31, so that's kind of young, you know, still. That's within a young range. So yeah, there's people having birthdays, you know.
Oh, Kevin.
Birthdays or birthdays.
There you
Depends on your accents. I like birth. It sounds like barf. It's no. Well, yeah, you know, Virgo, you're the flavor of the month. So what can I say? Might as well keep on enjoying yourself. Next week will be Queen Jobless's birthday. All right. Um, Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Mars in the first house is not like the most comfortable planet for you. It's sort of like you need to strike out on your own and you need to pursue that which you like and seems effective. That's the way you can get to that next level. Virgo time, I mean, it's not my favorite time for Libras. You know, it's 12th house transit, it's placement of loss, it's a place where you just kind of need to pay your bills, help others, spend some time in the wilderness. You know, if you can get out in nature and just be alone and peaceful, that's the best thing, best remedy to do until we get till September 22nd, 23rd, and you know, it's your season, and you know, it'll all be bells and whistles. Keep a dream journal. See what you're dreaming about. Career wise, things look very good. Relationship wise, I mean, I think like the weekend looks kind of good for romance, sort of surprisingly for you. And now we go to Scorpio. Well, greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Mars in the 12th house, not my favorite position for it, but with my Vedic knowledge, Mars in the 12th is actually, it's a Dustana house, so it doesn't function quite as bad there, but sometimes it's like people, secret enemies, people that are not vocal about their grudges against you that hold them in secret. That's the worst part. But you usually have friends in high places when it's Virgo time. Sun and Mercury are in your 11th house. That could also mean a little money for you. Venus in the 10th house, you're looking good at work. Jupiter in the ninth house, you're learning things better. And, you know, I mean, without getting into too much, all in all, you're doing pretty good. Let's go to Sagittarius. Greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So Virgo time's your midheaven. That's your 10th house. This is where you perform. This is where you show what your talents and skills are. We have on the other end of Virgo, we've got Saturn and the north node of the moon opposing it, and the south node over there with Virgo too. So there's a lot of past life karma for analysis and analyzing things. You know, people that are not part of paid for science, they're going to be called to task. And it's kind of funny how we're seeing this in the news media. People are very unhappy that, you know, that big pharma could be crumbling in front of their eyes, and that they lied to us, and that they're not really being held completely accountable, but at least the word is leaking out. And so this is part of this Pisces Virgo opposition right now, and it kind of T-squares Sagittarius, so it could be affecting you and Gemini in some different interesting ways. We're going to go over to Capricorn now. So when you have Saturn in the third house, so you're dealing with like noise from the neighbors, you know, with Rahu and Saturn. You would like them to quiet down, or you know, you're in a neighborhood where foreign people have moved, because Rahu in a lot of times is the foreigner. And I think we can all live harmoniously for the most part, but there's sometimes situations come that seem unjust and uncomfortable. And for someone to feel uncomfortable doesn't mean that they're hateful. That's a really different thing. But we have people that want to jump the gun and call certain people being uncomfortable the R word. You know, it's like this dead end. The person can't redeem themselves because they were called the R word. It's like that thing when you're in a running or you're in a car and you're competing with each other to see who's first. But if there's an ist at the end of it, I think you could figure it out. Capricorn, you know, it's like Jupiter in the 7th house makes it better in relationships. Moon in Taurus, Wednesday afternoon through most of Friday. It's going to be lovely. You're going to feel that. You might be doing housework on the weekend or helping others. And beginning of the week looks nice as well. Well, let's go over to Aquarius right now. Pluto in the first house gives you insight. Venus in the seventh house helps you in relationships. Virgo's intense for you. It's transformation. It's letting go. You're not in control of things. You have to kind of relinquish your control. Fixed signs tend to be very controlling. Aquarius likes to use their mantra, I know, I know, I know. It's like, listen, if you know, you don't know. Because you're at this position where you're not open to learning anymore. So that's something I would definitely keep in mind, okay? And otherwise, there's a lot of transformation, and it'll get better in a couple of weeks. You're ready for an adventure, though. I can see this now. Greetings, Pisces. We talked about this axis. Here we've got Saturn and the North Node opposing the Sun, and the South Node and Mercury in your relationship house. So Virgo is sort of like your relationship sign, and you need to be, this is what you're being confronted with in some ways, is like a new information, and you've been going through a lot of personal limits, and especially if you're like a later March born Pisces, Saturn's returned back to start transiting you back. People born March 9th, 18th, 17th are probably feeling something. And you just kind of have to give it to God and not be like so worried. Avoid scams on, investments right now with Neptune in the second house. That would not be a good thing to do. But I'd say like it's sort of like a good weekend to see family, your mother, your father, older people in your life. And by the weekend, after the weekend, you'll be back in your heart, feeling chipper and as fun-loving as ever. And that's my horoscope for this week. And I just want to say thank you, everyone who subscribed. Please share and get other people to subscribe. And thank you for all your wonderful comments. Hi to Colleen, to Wordsley, and to Shant, Nicole, and the guy who likes to Shant. I guess I don't know. Whoever comments, I love you. And even if you don't comment, I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. This is Cosmic Kev 100. Send me a message. I love you all. Om Shanti 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 Om